Alright, g'day. Here we are on the Seawind 1000. This is Dave's catamaran review of the Lake Macquarie catamaran charters here in beautiful April 2015. Alright, well, Samantha and I have been sailing now for all of 2 days, so we are basically experts at this. Here is Samantha here, the lovely Samantha at the controls. Say hello, Samantha.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. Now Samantha's going to show us first of all here, or she's going to do a jibe in a second, but I'll just run you through here because we're now experts at sailing. We have this the headsail at the front here, which I think it might be called a jib maybe on smaller boats, and then at the very front there, it's got basically maybe the furling thing, and that furling thing there winds the sail up, so you don't have to pull it all the way down. You just wind that rope and it winds the sail up at the end of your sail, and then you've got your mainsail there, which goes up and down. All right, so you have your rope here that you can use to furl, to wind that front headsail up. We have our what other ropes over here? There's nothing really exciting over here. That's about the only rope over that side. Over this side, this rope here we pull, and that pulls the mainsail up. And then this rope here basically tightens the outside green ropes. They tighten up the headsail so that we can catch some wind depending on what direction we're going. Alright, so Samantha's going to do a bit of a jibe for us now, so I'm going to get out of her road. Actually, I might go the other side because we're not looking into the sun that way. Alright, so Samantha's going to show us now how to jibe. So she turns the boat quite aggressively there. Now the boom's going to swing over and make a terrible noise and stuff. There's probably some way of doing this without doing it. So she releases the headsail there, and she comes over here and tightens the headsail back up with the other rope. Steering at the same time. Look at how talented she is. Expert at the seas now. Using that pulley thing. What's that pulley thing called, Samantha? Yeah, it's the pulley, the windy thing, the winch. The winch, there you go, that's what it's called. Alright, so she's had a look at the headsail. You can see it's still a bit loose. So she's just tightening the headsail up. Steering at the same time. Look at that, how talented is she? Yeah. Alright, so that was our jibe. So a jibe's downwind when you turn, and attack apparently. Samantha, what's attack?
Is turning into the wind.
Turning into the wind.
And I'm better at than Dave.
Oh, well, we don't need to hear about that. Alright, so at the front of the our lovely cockpit area here and everything, as you can see. The thing I love the most about the cockpit area is this seat here, probably at the back I reckon. This seat here, you might be able to see it too well, so I'll try and protect you there from the sun. But the seats at the back here, we can sit down here, we're in the breeze, so when it's a nice warm day and everything, we can stay cool. We've got our barbecue here, because it's much better to barbecue outside than it is to barbecue inside the cabins. You don't want the cabins to stink and everything like that. So yeah, some nice lovely seats. We have, of course, some solar panels as well, so let me show you some solar panels. There's the solar panels there. The solar panels obviously charge the batteries when we run it flat. You have 3 batteries. Let me show you the batteries. I haven't shown you the batteries before. Alright, so here's looking inside the cabin. Alright, here, conveniently located behind the battery sign. There's batteries. I think there's 3 batteries here, so there's 3 batteries. You can't see the third one. And we have basically, this one here switches between one battery you flatten on one day, and then when you wake up the next morning and you find there's no battery power, you switch it to battery 2, and that allows battery 1 to charge up over that day. It charges up when we use the engines, or of course with the solar panels, it charges it up as well. And then if you do happen to somehow flatten both of those batteries, then there's the third battery, which is the emergency battery, that you can switch it onto there. Now, the thing I love about this cockpit thing here as well, I love lots of things about the boat, is as you can see, is you got a couple of pillows there, and you can just kick back in here if it's a bit windy or at night. You know, you can just kick back here, and it's basically like a lounge, because I like living in houses and I like lounges. But as you can see, it's all open. There's no doors here. You wouldn't want to, of course, sail in the Arctic here with this type of boat, because it's all open. But for fair weather sailing, it's definitely the thing to do. Alright, so we're going to go downstairs now. I think I've shown you everything upstairs. downstairs here, we have bedroom 1. There you go. The back of the boat. It's about 1 3/4 of a bed. So it's really not, I won't jump in that one, but it's not quite big enough. We turn around here, we come down. This version here has got a bed at the front, as you can see as well. But, and this, which means that we have the bathroom in here. Now the problem with the bathroom being in here, of course, is that, as you can see, I'm not a small fella, but it's pretty tight down here. But obviously you get an extra bed, so, you know, what you lose in size, you make up in an extra bed. Coming into the bathroom here, we have the lovely hot water system. Okay, so pretty much instant hot water, which is obviously really good because the wives love that. We have the shower. There's a nice little opening for the shower. So we can, of course, come in there. How much room is there in the shower, you say? I know that's the question you were thinking. It's a pretty spacious shower, actually. There is a fair bit of room in here. You've got obviously your stuff there. Oh, and there's the sump. So you got to press this, you got to pull this button out, and that drains the water, or pumps the water from there into the holding tanks or wherever it goes. Who knows? It's as I said, 48 hours sailing experience. So we're basically experts, obviously, at this. Who knows where all that stuff goes? All right, and of course, lots of storage there for toilet rolls and stuff like that. And the toilet, look, the toilet is not really big enough for a man. It's a kid's toilet. It's a play toilet. You could say it's a play toilet. It is pretty tight here. Yeah, as you can see, you know, I've pretty much engulfed the toilet and there's not much space. So, yeah. All right. Oh, jeez. Right. Okay, so let's go over to the other side now. And we'll have a look at the kitchen side, the lovely kitchen side. There's Samantha sailing away. Okay, we have our speed, 4.8 knots, just under 10 knots of wind. We're in a lovely, almost 10 meters of water there, depth. All right, our kitchen. Here's our lovely kitchen. All right, so we have our stove. We've never used the stove, so we don't know what it's like. They say not to cook inside, well, not to cook meat and stinky stuff inside because it's such a small space, obviously.
We use the grill.
We used the grill, there you go. We didn't have Weet-Bix one morning, so we had to cook some Vegemite toasted sandwiches, so that was alright. We got some safety gear and everything inside this boat here, being a charter boat. Oh, any boat, I guess. Then you got plenty of room for food storage and the like. There we go. We've got our sinks, 2 sinks, double bowl sink. Look at that. That's good because obviously you can put your dirty washing in there, and then when you want to do the actual washing, you can do it in there. We have some devices here. We've got obviously our radio to call marine rescue and check stuff like that, the weather if we wanted to. We have our radio and switch panel. Down the front here, you can see the Seawind has got this lovely little deck area, so I can pull that up and fold this thing out down the back, the bottom back here. There you go. So if it is really yucky outside, then at least you have got some room in here where you can sort of, you know, I don't know, if you do schoolwork or something like that if you've got the kids that do some stuff like that while you're living abroad. Alright. Alright, here we go. And so there's plenty of storage, cupboard storage. Yep. Here, most essential, of course, the fridge. There we go. It does get pretty cold in there. It runs from he has it basically running from 11 till 2 with the solar cells, obviously, and then whenever the engines turn on, that charges it as well. It's kept it pretty cool. As I said, we've been here for about 3 days or 2.5 days now, so 2 nights. Yeah, so it's said to keep it pretty cool. And so here's the bed. This is where Samantha's been sleeping on this side here. So as you can see, it's like not quite a double bed. It's probably, as I said, about 1 3/4. So if I was to move over there like that, as you can see, yep. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's almost a double bed, but I don't know. It's not that much space. I could probably move down a little bit more. I'm about 6 foot tall. So when you're about 6 foot tall, there's your feet on the end there. Here's your head. Where's the pillow? Yep, there's the pillow. And so there you go, lovely. If you're 6'6", I'd say you'd probably be feeling a little bit uncomfortable, but oh well, that's the price you pay for being so tall. All right. Well, that's the. I think we'll head back up. That's the Seawind 1000. It's the '96 model. This boat here, as you see, 20 years old. Oh, hang on, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to tell you about the engine. The other beauty of the Seawind 1000, two 9.94 strokes, 4-5 knots, quite simply. Probably goes up to 6 or 7. Okay, so to lift it, we pull this knob here. That releases the lock on the engine. And we pull this rope here. Out. All right. And then here we are at the bottom of the Seawind. You can see the engines. Just skimming the water on the odd wave there, but basically they are up and out of the water. Fancy sail setup here at the moment. So now we've moved it over here, which means that as we go downwind, headsail out that way, and we can have the main sheet out that way. And here we go, directly downwind, and we're just passing Pulborough Island. There it is there, island in the middle of Lake Macquarie. No houses or anything on it. Lake Macquarie, excellent sized lake. Australia's largest saltwater inland lake. As you can see, we've got plenty of room to do some sailing in. We've got a nice sort of 10 or so knot breeze today. And as you can see, no chance. It's all relatively deep. There are a couple of shallow bits here and there, but mainly speaking, it's all very deep. I hope you've enjoyed watching the Seawind 1000 review from novice boaters. It's pretty easy to sail, can't knock it, so there you go.